Hi all, I hope I am live right now. Do let me know if my audio and my video is clear to you guys. Hello everyone, I hope I am live right now. Do let me know if my audio and my video is clear to you guys. Do let me know in the chat guys. Do let me know if my audio and my video is clear to you all guys. Hi Sharat, hi Hardik, your voice is low. Now, now my voice is clear. Yeah, thanks Ram. Hi Hardik, hi Shravani, hi Pavitra. How are you all guys? Do let me know guys if my audio and my video is clear to you so that and there is no buffering from my side, and if you are facing any issues, so you need to make sure. Hi Vinicius, how are you? I'm fine. In the meanwhile, do share with your friends and family and don't forget to subscribe the channel so that your friends can get their certifications. Do let me know if my audio and my video is clear to you all. Do let me know in the chat, guys. And if there is a new audience coming, so he or she can introduce in the chat like you are from which state and you are from which college. Do let me know in the chat, guys. I hope my audio and my video is clear to you all. We are starting in 3 minutes. Till then, do share the links of the class with your family, with your friends, so that they can attend the boot camp, the day 5 of getting hands-on on full stack web development using JavaScript, Node, and Laravel. Okay, so in the meanwhile, don't forget to subscribe the channel and share with your friends so that we get the new audience. And if we have a brand ambassador internship as well, and the best performer will receive the certificate of a brand ambassador additionally, along with the letter of recommendation from our side. Okay, do let me know guys if my audio and my video is clear to you all. And in the meanwhile, if there is a newcomer in the chat, he or she can introduce her like my name is Kunal, I'm from Haryana, like something like that, and I'm from which college. Hi Upendra, how are you? Do let me know guys if my audio and my video is clear to you and there is no buffering from my side, so that we can start the class and clear. Okay. So in the previous classes, can anyone let me know what I have told you guys? In the yesterday class, I have told you guys the JavaScript part. So if you have any doubts, you can ask me right now and in the midways of the session as well if you have any doubts regarding regarding anything. If you have any doubts or need any clarity, so you guys can ask in the chat. Do let me know guys if my audio and my video is clear to you, and in the meanwhile, don't forget to subscribe the channel and share with your friends and family so that we can get a good response in the boot camp. I'm planning to deliver different sorts of bootcamp additionally in the coming months or in the upcoming days. So stay tuned. So make sure to subscribe the channel so you don't miss any updates from our side. And shall we start, guys? As it's time to start, do let me know when we can start, or if you have shared with your friends and family when we can start so they can join as well. Do let me know, guys, when we can start. Shall we start, guys? Do let me know in the chat. So, so let's start. I hope you guys are clear and my audio and my video is clear to you all, guys. So let's get started. So I welcome you all to the day 5 of getting hands-on on full stack web development using JavaScript, React, Node.js and Laravel. Okay, so shall we start, guys? Do let me know. Hi Sumit, how are you? So let me open my VS Studio Code. I am opening my code folder. Right click on that. I click show more options and I click on open with code. But today I'm not using that code. I am explaining the React.js. React.js is a JavaScript framework or a library that is a like point of discussion as well. And do let me know if my audio and my video is clear to you all, guys. Along with the screen, let's pop out the chat as well so that I will be able to see your queries and doubts. Perfect. Now, our today's topic is React. React is a JavaScript library for building the user interfaces. React is something that uses JavaScript to render the HTML, to to present the HTML in a better way, in a suitable way. And React is basically used for single page applications, but it can also be used for multi-page applications as well. So do let me know, guys, if you have any doubts in the previous session what JavaScript is, you can ask. Okay, so React is something that allows us to create reusable UI components. What is reusable UI components? Reusable UI components are something, let me open, let's see, let's open some other website. Let's say netflix.com. So I hit enter. See, this Netflix has different things. It has a nav bar, it has a head section, it has something, a div kind of sort. So with the help of React, I can make a similar kind of a thing, but I don't have to write the HTML code again and again. Okay, so the scenario is I design something like this. I design a single component that is changing this kind of like a image or video that is changing. So I make that enjoy your TV component and I can reuse that same component again with different properties. That is the beauty of React. I can use the same component what I have coded here to to a different component with different properties, different colors, different combination with a different design, different UI. I can reuse the same component again, but with different properties. So that is the purpose of React. Do let me know, guys, if you have any doubts regarding this, what I have explained you. Now we can rent what is React. React is sometimes refers to as front-end JavaScript framework, or it is sometimes refers to as JavaScript library. That is a point of big debate, like React is a framework or React is a library. Okay, so as I told you earlier, guys, as well, React is a tool for building UI components. UI components are something like this kind of components. Like I have a component or a div with a image or with some text, like some heading or paragraph. So that is the UI components. See, they have used the similar component one, two, three, and four times, but with different text, different images. So I don't have, with the help of React, I don't have to write anything. I don't have to change the code of, I make that first component, I change its property, change its image with the help of JS, with the help of React.js. Now see, instead of how React works, React creates a virtual DOM in the memory. Now, what is the virtual DOM? Virtual DOM is something that is a virtual memory that doesn't occupy our browser space, that doesn't occupy our Windows space. That is a virtual memory that is run and executed inside the framework. That is a virtual memory, like all the JavaScript is called inside that virtual memory, not inside our browser. It is called inside our the virtual memory of the React, the virtual DOM of the React. Okay, and so instead of manipulating the browser's DOM directly, React creates a virtual DOM in the memory, and it does all the necessary manipulation inside that virtual memory, not in the browser's memory, but in the virtual's memory. Okay, inside its virtual DOM, and React only changes what we want needs to be changed. Okay, and React is something that that can be that can be used in reuse components. With React, you can integrate the APIs as well in the front end and show your data with React. You can do, and you can do like many things regarding to the front end, related to the front end, because React is a front end framework, or it is a library that is built or created by Facebook. Okay, so good evening, Hardik. How are you? React, how we can use React directly in HTML. I am showing you guys how you guys can use directly render the React inside your HTML. If and there are two prerequisites for using React. First, you have to download and install the Node.js in your Windows or whatever system you are using. And second thing, you have to set the environmental variables for the node.js inside your Windows environment variables. I will show you guys how you can set up that. But my my main topic of discussion of today is React.js, how you can create a React project, how you can install a React project. That is what I am here to teach you guys. Okay, now let's make a boilerplate of HTML. That is the boilerplate of HTML. That is something like doc type HTML or HTML language. This is a something. This is the basic skeleton of HTML that is called as HTML boilerplate. Okay, so for using React in that, I have three scripts. First is my React development.js, that are the CDNs. Let's make it React. This is the first CDN, React Development Server, and the second CDN is the React DOM. DOM is something that renders our HTML. DOM is what? Through which we can render the HTML and show the contents of our website or the web page. Now the third CDN is our babel.min.js. That is a library supported for front end and is pre-installed in React. It comes pre-installed in the React. Okay. So with something like, I have include three CDNs. First is my React development.js, second is my React dom.development, and third is my babel min.js. All are the JavaScript CDNs that I have to install and use it in my code to render React in my HTML. Now they have node modules. It's not necessary. I am using the React. Node modules are necessary, but we have the node. If we have the Node.js install, all modules, like we need npm to start the React.js server. That is the node package manager that we required. But with the help of node.js pre-installation in your Windows, Linux, or Mac, you guys will be able to use the node modules without any external installations. So that is something you can use without the node modules. I am rendering the React framework. I am rendering a basic React, a minified version of React in the HTML. So they what they have done inside the body, I am, just a second guys, I have made a div with the ID myDiv, and the script type is text slash babel. Babel is something that is recognized with React. That is recognized. So I have to make the type attribute text slash babel. Not, this is not JS. This is React. So I haven't used the text slash JS. It says babel min. So I have used the babel JS inside the type attribute of the script of my script tag. And what I have done, I have created a function that I will explain you guys in the coming minutes. So I have created a function with the name hello, and I am returning that function. I am returning a h1 hello world inside that function. And what I have created a constant called container, and I am finding my JS normal. This is the normal JS guys. Document dot get element by ID. I am finding that div with the ID my div, and I am creating a constant root. This React dom dot create root is something that is used to render our HTML, that is used to render our function. Okay, so I have used that constant container inside the create root function so that my HTML h1, this function will get rendered. And with the root.render method, it allows the browser to render my HTML with the help of React. So this is something, the root, this is my constant root, and I am rendering that constant uh, drew with the help of root.render. So it is enabling my DOM to render the HTML, and my function name is hello. So I am rendering that function name hello. It is something like a tag in React. Your whatever functions you create, it is used like a tag kind of a thing. So that is a like basic example. I am going live with my with my server. So as you see, it will show you hello world. So in that way, you guys can render the HTML, render the React.js inside your HTML without any installations of Node. Without any installations of Node, you can use the React.js frameworks without an installation of your Node modules like Node.js. You guys can directly use React.js inside your HTML with the help of these three scripts, and the basic script tag that you want to render. If you have a basic knowledge of React, you guys can do the same things in the HTML as well without installing any Node.js, without creating any React.js app particularly. And let's come to the like main part of the React.js, how we can create a React.js project and what are the dependencies, what are the things that is needs to be installed. So I am closing this as of now because I have told you guys how to render React.js with the help of Babel.min.js inside your HTML. Okay, so I'm closing this. I am opening first. Let's move to the first, guys. You have to install this Node.js for your React.js to be functional. You guys have to install this. I have the Node.js pre-installed. Once you install that, you have to set the environmental variables as well for functioning of the React. So if I am not showing how to integrate the environmental variables, I am here to explain you guys what React.js is, what are its capabilities. Okay, so if you have the Node.js installed, you type cmd, you open a command prompt for just a second. Why it's not showed? Let's say let's open this. Let it be open, guys. The terminal takes time to load. So if you have Node.js installed, if to check my Node.js version if it is updated or not, I have to type just a second, guys. Why it's not typing? Node hyphen v. So it will give me the version of my Node.js what I have installed. And the second is you have to install the npm, that is the Node package manager. That is the basic thing for React for starting our React JS server. And to check its version as well, you have to set the npm environmental variables as well after installing it. That is comes inside the Node modules. If you install Node, you can install the React. You can install the npm as well with the npm install command. But I'm not installing that because I have pre-installed the npm as well. So to check the npm version, the same command npm-v, so it will show you guys the version of the npm as well. See, now what I will do, I will make a different folder inside my folder called let's make a new folder here, React, and let's type cmd. That will open a command prompt inside my particular folder. If you go and type the cmd in a particular folder what I have shown you, so with the help of this you guys will be able to open the command prompt inside any particular directory. So what is now the command for creating your React project is npx npx create React app and your app name. Let's say I want to make the, let's say, example React. once I hit enter, the installation, the creation of the project inside my directory React is created with the same name, example React. It takes some time to load. In the meanwhile, you guys can ask whatever you're see. It is creating a new React app in my D directory inside my folder, inside the React folder, example React. Do let me know, guys, if you have any doubts or want any clarifications regarding the things what I have told you. So you guys don't have any doubts regarding the react.js. I am here to clarify your doubts. So make sure you can ask anything from the react.js, from the node.js, whatever your doubts are in the previous classes. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the chat as well. I am here to clarify your doubts. So let's see if it is installed. See, it will install the three packages, three node modules, React, the React DOM, and the React scripts. And this CRA is the template of installing React. It takes some time depending on your internet connectivity and the connection. In the meanwhile, like if you have any doubts regarding the react.js or the javascript or css or html, you guys can ask me in the chat. I am here to clarify your doubts, guys. So let's wait till it is installed. It is half installed. Now can anyone let me know what is the purpose of how we can give the alert in javascript? How we can give alert in the JS. If you have listened the yesterday class properly, you guys will know how we can give an alert in JS in our HTML till it's installed. Can anyone let me know? Do let me know in the chat, guys. I hope you guys don't know the property for the function for sending the alert is window.alert. Do let me know in the chat, guys, if you have any doubts or anything you can ask regarding to HTML, regarding to CSS, regarding to JS, because that is completed in the previous sessions. Alert some text. Correct. You can use the alert as well, and you can use the window.alert as well. And can anyone let me know what is the function of changing your HTML content? What is the function of changing your inner HTML, guys? Do let me know in the chat, guys, if you know. And if you don't know, I will explain it to you. Now, as you see, it is installed. Now see, I have now there is a command for going inside my React JS. Let's close it. So it will be now see my example React is created inside my D Hybrid Utopia inside the React, and with the same name what I have write in the command prompt. So what I will do, I will right click and show more options. I will open the same thing inside my VS Studio Code. So once I click open with code, now in React I don't have to start the live server because React has its own server that runs on the npm, that is my node package manager. Okay, So before starting the React JS development server, I will explain you guys what, like, some sort of this node modules is something like the all the node modules whatever I want to import in the react.js are getting installed inside that node modules, and this public folder is something that contains my images, and that contains a single HTML file, that is index.html, and it doesn't have any content because React is a JavaScript framework, so all the rendering of the HTML is done with the help of JS. Okay, so this title it has a div with the ID root only. Okay, and it has the images, and inside the public folder you have the images, videos, and index, favicons, and all, and the robots.txt as well. And your main folder is the source folder. Inside the source folder there are 3 to 4 files. This is the main file of app styles. This is the main files that is pre-come with the react.js, that is pre-installed. So this is the main CSS file, and this is the main JS file that is rendering my HTML. So to start, let's open a new terminal. As I am inside my example React, so there is a command for getting into a particular folder. For example, I wanted to go inside my Node.js module. So there is a command for getting inside the any folder what you want through the terminal, through the command prompt, guys. That is cd, and your folder name. I'm not going inside any folder because I am already inside my folder from which, and for starting my React.js server, I need the npm installed, I need the Node.js installed. So the command for starting my React.js server is npm start. Once I hit enter, it will take some time to start the servers. See, it is starting the example React, and it will run on local host port 5000. Okay, so in the meanwhile, let's talk about what this index.js is doing. This index.js is used for rendering your components. This app.js is a component. Through inside that the HTML is written. Some HTML is written, as you know, div, header, img, and all. And to render that to render that HTML, uh, they have used the strict mode for rendering the app. I'm explaining you guys. This is a like basic concept. This is the basic thing that is pre-installed, that is comes with the React. But to render our HTML, we see it is run on localhost port 3000. Sorry guys, I have told you that it runs on for 5000. We can change that port as well, but that is on the installation. It is run on localhost port 3000, and this app is render, that is external component. This app.js is rendering. So it has something like a logo and a learn React kind of thing. So let's go to our code. Wait till it's loading. Let me check if it is on or not. First time it will take, uh, after the installation it will take some times to it will say take some time to load the things, because React is a quite heavy framework at the first. But after this dependencies get installed, and once your server is started, you guys, there is the this time gets reduced after you run, after you go inside the project and run the npm start. It will doesn't take as much time as it takes on the first start. Now see, my things are live. So as you see guys, it has some logo or a gif. and with my learn React, edit src app.js, it is saving it. And if you click on that, you guys can go to the official React documentation. This is the official React documentation with which you guys can learn the more React parts as well. Now, if I wanted to change anything, let's say I wanted to change learn React JS with me. Now see, I don't have to reload the things. It is automatically, once I save, it is compiling the things, and once it gets compiled, my changes are reflected. Why it's taking so much time? See, it's compiled. Learn React JS with me. The text is changed. Now come to the main part, how we can change our content, how we can render our HTML. So we have to change this. We don't want the things to get rendered, something like this. So what I will do, I will change the index.js because that is rendering my app.js. So control A. Now I have to import two things. First is import React from my React folder. That is my library. I am importing React from React, and I am importing the React DOM from React DOM client that is pre-installed with my React, and I'm creating a constant, my first element, and I'm directly rendering the HTML h1. I'm not creating any function or something. I am directly rendering my HTML h1, and inside my constant root, I am using the React DOM dot create root method. This create root method is telling my rendering my HTML for getting the DOM initialized, and inside that, as it is purely based on JS, I have my JS document dot get element by ID root. Now where is that ID root? Where is that div? That is inside my public dot inside my public folder, inside my index.html. I have a div called root. So that is something, and I have to render that constant. Have not, for constant there is a different case, for function there is a different case, use case of rendering the things. So root dot render, I have, if I have a constant, I wanted my constant to directly render the things, so I use root dot render the constant name. Once I save that, it will show me something hello React, but without any CSS because I haven't linked any CSS as of now. So what I will do, if I want to add the, let's say what is this, or I wanted the app.js. So what I will do, I will import styles or something. It has. Let me check. I will show you guys the CSS part in the tomorrow session because it's quite big. So let's come to the different scenario. Now I want, I have told you guys, now React has a something that React understands, the ES6. What is ES6? ES6 is the standardized ESMA script 6, that is the standardized JavaScript, and ES6 is the sixth version of the ECMAScript. Okay, so React uses the ES6 modules. ES6 is the standardized JavaScript. Okay, so how we can render the HTML? As I told you, to render the HTML in a web page, we are using a function called create root. My function is create root, and I'm telling my React DOM to create a root function for my document ID, for my div that has ID root, and I want my HTML to be rendered inside that. If you have any doubts, you guys can ask in the chat. And now come now the purpose, the create root function takes one argument. uh, oh shit, man. Now the React create root function is a one argument that contains an HTML element. Now the purpose of the function is to define the HTML element where a React component should be displayed. Okay. Now how the React component should be displayed? The React component is displayed using the render method. Okay. Using the render method, we can call our React component that needs to be rendered inside my web page. So where we are using the render, there is another folder in the root directory, as I show you, public, and that is finding the div with the ID root, and that div, and I am manipulating that div with the help of with the help of my JS. So I'm changing the content with the help of JS by finding the ID and telling my React DOM to create a root and render it, and render my HTML inside my div that has a ID root. Okay. So once I save that, I have already saved it. Now I wanted to use multiple tags. I wanted to use multiple tags inside my React.js. I don't want this single tag. I want multiple tags. Let's say I am making a component, I'm making a navbar, I'm making a home page, something kind of. So what I will do, I will use something like this. What I will do, I will use something like this, and inside that I have used a div. There are two methods for using the div. Let's say hello world, a paragraph tag. Okay, and I can use anything, a UL tag as well. Like all the HTML I can render, but with inside a div. But inside a div, I can use anything, any multiple components. If I'm making a component, if I'm making a constant component, so I am using the same things again and again. So let's say Google, just a second, it gives me half thing actually. So let's go to our code, see, and it has the links as well. I'm redirected to Google, I'm redirected to Facebook, so that kind of. Okay, so with the help of div, instead of div, I can use another tag that is predefined in the React. That is what you can say, a empty container tag. Now, why this error is coming? Now, see, if I have some error inside that, it will show me. Why this error is coming? Because of JSX. I haven't used the JSX. The JSX is something that stands for JavaScript XML. JSX is something that allows me to write HTML inside my React. And JSX makes it easier to me to write code, to write HTML, to add HTML in the React. Okay, now I will make sure to complete the React in the first 10 minutes of the tomorrow session, as it's time for your guys for the attendance and like all. If you are interested in doing the brand ambassador from our side, so you guys can fill the form. I'm sharing the link. So if you guys like interested in doing a brand ambassador kind of a internship kind of a sort, so you guys can fill the form. If you have already filled, please ignore that. If you haven't filled that, if there is a new audience coming from anywhere, any part of the India, any part of the country, so you guys can fill the brand ambassador form if you are interested in doing such kind of internship and get a additional certificate from our side for your performance, for your participations. So I'm pinning the message as of now. So if you are interested for filling the brand ambassador form, you guys can fill that out. So in the meanwhile, if you have any doubts, you guys can share, you guys can ask in the chat, and don't forget to subscribe the channel and do hit the video like if you like the video, if you like the today's session. And tomorrow we start with the Node.js after completing the basics of the React.js. Okay, guys. So I am sharing the attendance form in 2 minutes. In the meanwhile, do not forget to subscribe the channel. If you have any doubts regarding the things, you guys can ask. And if you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, my LinkedIn ID is mentioned in the group descriptions and in the video description as well. And if you want to join the if you haven't joined the WhatsApp community, you guys can find the WhatsApp community link inside the video description as well, guys. So to make sure you guys don't miss any update, we have coming boot camps, hackathons coming in the upcoming days, upcoming months. So stay tuned. If you have subscribed the channel, it's all good. If you haven't subscribed, then you guys can subscribe the channel and do hit the video a like, so we can get the maximum audience, we can get the maximum reach from your side, guys. And we have the new students for learning new things and new stuff, starting from the scratch, starting from the utmost basics. And I'm sharing the attendance form right now. Do not forget to fill the attendance form. I am sharing the attendance form right now, and I have pinned the same as well. I have shared the attendance form, so do not forget to update me once you are done with your attendance in the chat, guys. Once you have filled the attendance form, to let me know. And in the meanwhile, if you have any doubts regarding the things, you guys can ask in the chat. You guys can let me know. If you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, you can connect with me on finding my LinkedIn ID in the video description. So do guys let me know once you are done with the attendance form, so we can proceed to the end of the session. And thank you all for like attending the boot camp and making the sessions valuable day by day. And we have the day 6 tomorrow at the same time. And in the day 6, I'm gonna complete the basics of React, and along with the Node.js, introductions and its basics gets completed, I make sure to complete the Node.js basics in the tomorrow session, guys. So stay tuned and let's connect tomorrow at the same time at 7 p.m. whatever your time zones are, because we have a person Vinicius from Brazil as well. So he is attending the bootcamp at 10 a.m. because at his place there is a there is 10 a.m. guys. So uh, so make sure like you can share with your friends and family as much as share, so that we have the maximum students for the boot camp so they can add some value and grab their certificates. Do let me know guys if you are done with your attendance form in the chat, guys. If you have filled your attendance form, I am popping out the chat as, and I am closing my React JS server. Once I control C, type Y. So let's go to the, if you guys have filled the attendance form, do let me know guys, so that do let me know guys if you have any doubts regarding the things. And in the meanwhile, you guys can, so see you in the tomorrow session guys for the day. Let's connect tomorrow at the same time for the day 6 of the boot camp. That is, in that the React.js fundamentals are completed and the Node.js basics I make sure to complete guys. So don't forget to subscribe the channel and see you. Take care, stay tuned, and don't for do share with your friends and family. We will connect tomorrow at the same time at 7 p.m. for the day 6 of getting hands on full stack web development. Bye bye guys, take care.